Hello everyone and welcome to another video on JavaScript programming. Kaushal this side from SimpliCode, and today we are going to discuss shorthand character class in JavaScript. Now shorthand character class is a part of regular expressions in JavaScript, or we can say regex in JavaScript. So today we will go through shorthand character class and we'll see how they are useful when combined with regular expressions in JavaScript. So before we begin, make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel and press that bell icon to never miss an update from SimpliCode. So without any further delay, let's get started. In the last video, we came across character sets and ranges. We saw how we could use them with regular expressions, and we also saw how to validate a user's input with the help of character sets and ranges along with regular expressions. Now in this video, we'll look at the shorthand character classes present within regular expressions, and we'll see how they are helpful in JavaScript. If you guys remember, the regular expression we used became a bit confusing and lengthy because we have used so many ranges and character sets all in one, right? A character class can be used to overcome this particular problem, and we have several character classes present in JavaScript. So today we will go through them in this particular video. Now, the syntax is not too much complicated. All we have to do is to write a single character with a backslash and we are good to go. For example, if we go to a JavaScript file and if we write here \d. Now, if we write this character before any regular expression in JavaScript, it means that we have added a character class to a regular expression. This \d is a character class used for finding a digit within a string. Let's go through an example for this character class. And we'll do the same thing. We'll take a string and try to find a regular expression within that string. So what we'll do is we'll write here where regex is equals to, and here we'll write a regular expression. First we'll take up a string and use some functions to check the output. So let's do it here. What we'll do is we'll take another variable. Let's say the variable name is str1 and the string says user's phone number is 98765432110. Now let's say this is the string we are using for today's program. The next thing we'll do is we'll use the exec function to find the regular expression within the string. So we have already gone through this exec function in JavaScript. Today we'll use that function only. Now we'll write here where output is equals to regex.exec, and inside this we'll pass a string as a parameter. The next thing we'll do is we'll write here console.log and we'll print this output on a console. Now we are good to go. So we are done with it, and the next thing we want to do is to find a particular pattern along with the number present before that pattern in the string. So let's suppose if we write here inside these slashes, if we write here let's say 3 to 1. Now this statement here asks the computer to find a pattern 3 to 1 in the string. Save it and go to the console. So we'll move to our browser and we'll press Ctrl plus Shift plus I, and here you can see we have a console here, and here we have an array as well. So here you can see it says, let me zoom it out a bit. Here you can see it says 3 to 1 is present at index 28. Now the system finds out that this particular string or this particular regular expression is present here in the string at index number 28. Obviously the indexes will start from 0, and the moment it will find this 3 to 1 regular expression, it will show the index number in an array in a console. Now if we add \d here, let's say we are adding here \d in front of this expression and check the output here, save it, you'll notice that we have a number present here right before that expression, right? We have 4321 here instead of just 321. The output here gives us the number 4. This means that this \d represents this number 4 in this string. Now what if we put an alphabet before this expression? Now let's do it. What we'll do is we'll write here A, and let's say we are adding only a single alphabet here. let's say we are adding A before 321. Now the expected output is A321, but the moment we'll save it, you can see it says null. That's because this particular character class works for digits only. If it finds anything other than a numeric digit, it will return an error or it will return null in that case. Now, if we want to find all the numbers before this pattern, then we have to add a plus operator in the regular expression. All we have to do is we have to write here plus and we are good to go. Now it will return everything until it finds a space or any character other than a digit. Now let's suppose if we are writing here A after 987. Now this particular statement will return all the numbers till 6. The moment it will encounter A here, it will return all the numbers after A. It will stop at A and it will not go further. Now save it and you can see it says 654321. That's because this \d works for digits only. Now if we write here nothing, like we have a number 9876543210, save it and it will return the whole number 9876543221, not 0 because we haven't included any number here. Now if we write here again \d after this as well, save it, and here you can see we have the output as 0 as well. We have the whole number here. Fine. So this is how this \d actually works in JavaScript. So this is a character class. Now the next thing is, what if we want to find a non-digit character before a particular pattern? If we write here before 321, let's say we are writing here A, and we want the system to return the non-digit character before 321. In that case, we use capital D instead of small d. Always remember guys, every shorthand character class in Regex have an inverse that does precisely the opposite of that particular class. Like if we have small d here that works for digits only, we also have an inverse which is denoted by \capital D, and it does exactly opposite of this small d here. Now if we write here capital D in place of small d, what will happen is it will return the character here. It will return true for everything other than a digit. Now if we remove this small d from here and save it, here you can see it says null because we haven't included the \sign here. Save it, and here you can see it says A321. It will return true for anything except for a digit. Even if we put a symbol over here, then also it will return the output as true. For example, if we write here, let's say we are including $sign here. Let's say we are including $2 here. Save it and it will return $2 signs. That's because we are using the plus operator here. Obviously, let's include as many signs as we can. Save it, and here you can see we have all the symbols present over here on our output. So this is how capital D character class works, or we can say inverse character class of small d. This is how it works. Now the next class we'll be going through is the wordly character, denoted by the letter W, small w, and is used in place of any character that can be an alphabet, a number, or an underscore sign. We can use this character over D if we are unsure about the character present before the pattern. For example, if we write here, let's say \W BER. Now here we have used the BER pattern which is present at the end of number, right? Here BER is present at the end of number. Now this statement will return M only because we are not using any plus operator here. If we use any plus operator, then it will return the whole number because it will return everything until it encounters a space or something like that. So for now we are not using any plus operator, so we'll be writing here this only. Now here it will return M because it can take up a number, an alphabet, or an underscore sign. It will return false if it finds any space or something other than these three. These three means a number, an alphabet, or an underscore sign. Fine. Now save it, and you can see on the console that the output says MBER. Let me zoom it a bit. So here you can see the output says MBER, right? Present at index 14. It will return null if we put a space before the pattern. Like if we write here NUM space BER, save it, you can see it says null for this. Now we can use the plus operator as well here for this particular character class. Now what will happen is it will return every character present before the pattern until it encounters a space or something like a symbol or any sort of thing. So let's try it. What we'll do is we'll write here W plus BER and we'll remove this space from here, save it, and here you can see it says number. What if we remove this space from here, remove it, save it, and here you can see it says phone number. It will return every character before the pattern until it finds any space or any other, let's say, symbol. So let's say we are including here dollar, percentage, and caret sign. Save it, and here you can see it says NE number. So it's returning it from here because it will not return true for any of the symbols here. Save it, and here you can see we have the output as phone number again. So that's working totally fine. Like the inverse character class for digits, we have the inverse character class for this also, and it returns true for everything other than an alphabet, number, or any underscore sign. Now if we write here, instead of small w, let's say we are writing here capital W. And let's do something with the string as well. So let's put a space here again and we are good to go. We are not doing anything more than that. So it will return null because before BER we have M here, right? If we remove this M with a sign, let's say if we are removing this with a dollar sign or with an empty one, like we are writing here space, nothing, then it will return the index number and the pattern. So let's do it, save it, and here you can see it says dollar, then it says BER, and the index number is 14. You can count the index number, so 0 for U, and then similarly 1 for S, 2 for E, 3 for R, 4 for S, up to 14 for dollar. So dollar is present at index 14. It will return the index number here. Now the plus operator also works for this inverse character class as well. Right here plus BER, and we can insert as many characters or as many symbols as we want. So like here we have inserted so many symbols. This doesn't mean anything, but we are inserting them for example purposes or for practical purpose. So save it, and here you can see we have all the symbols present over here in a array, and the index number is still 14. If we remove these N and U from here, now save it, the index number will change to 11. That's quite easy. Now the next class we have is the simplest of all. This class works for white spaces only. It means that it will return true or give us the index number of the expression from the string only if a white space exists before the pattern. It is denoted by small s and works for spaces only. Now if we write here, let's say \s, okay, we have made a mistake. We'll write here \s and we'll write here phone. So this is the pattern and this is the character class. \s is the character class. Now what we'll do is we'll remove it from here and we'll write the string as this again. We'll write here user's phone number is this and this. Now for this regular expression, it will return the index number of this space. The space is present at index 5. 0 for U, 1 for S, 2 for E, 3 for R, 4 for S, and this space is present at index number 5. So it will return index as 5 for this particular space. Now don't get confused guys for this index number as 5. The index number is for the space present in the screen before the pattern phone. Right. Now if we try to do the same for users as well, let's suppose if we write here users, it will return null in this case because there's no space present before users in the string, right? Save it, and here you can see the output says null in this case. Fine. Now we can also use the plus operator here for more than one spaces present in the string. It will return all the spaces until it finds a character or something other than the spaces. Like if it finds any symbol or any character, then only it will return false. Otherwise for spaces it will return true. So if we write here too many spaces, if we put too many spaces before the word phone, or let's say we are changing this word to phone, save it, and here you can see we have all the spaces here. It's denoted by a single space, but the index numbers is changed to 19. Now we have so many spaces present here before the pattern phone or before the word phone. So this is how we can use space character class in JavaScript. Now we have also the inverse class for this character class as well. It returns true for everything other than empty spaces. If we write here, let's say we are removing this, and let's say we are and let's say we are writing here users, and we are giving so many spaces here before the word users. Now it will return null in this case because there are spaces present in front of the word users. If we include a character or something in front of this word, then only the output will change and return the index number along with the string. So save it first, and here you can see, okay, we have used the small s. In place of small s, we'll write here capital S. Save it, and you can see here the output says null for capital S, because this capital S will return true for everything other than spaces only. Now if we put here any symbol, let's say we have these symbols here, save it, and here you can see now we have a hash symbol present before the word users. That's because we have used capital S only. Now if we use a plus operator, save it, and here you can see we have all the symbols present in a array. We have the index number as 11, we have dollar, percentage, caret, and hash present over here, right? So this is how the inverse of character spaces in JavaScript actually work. So these are the character classes we have in JavaScript. We discussed all the 6 character classes. 3 of them were inverse. I hope you guys got it. These character classes are sometimes used in place of character sets and ranges, as they make searching and comparing tasks easier for us during the validation process. We'll go through the validation part in the next video. So we'll go through how validation is used with HTML, and then we'll move on to validation with JavaScript. So that's all for this video, guys. See you in the next one, where we will go through form validation in JavaScript. If you liked this video, do give it a thumbs up. If you have any doubts, do let us know in the comments below. Share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe SimpliCode. Thank you.